సేమ్ లేదు సార్ ఇన్కమ్ పంపించారు అంటే ఇన్కమ్ తో మాట్లాడినా సాయంత్రం 100 అని ఇచ్చారు అనిపించి ఫోల్డర్స్ ఏం చెప్పలేదని సార్.
Okay. Shall we start, Mr. Winner? Wait for some more time.
5 minutes, sir.
5 more minutes, sir. Okay. Shall I start introducing?
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon to all participants. On behalf of the Academy, I welcome you all to day 20 of the Appendix 3 session. The topic for the day will be bookkeeping ledger. To take you forward through the topic, we have with us Sri J. Benner, Manager, Ctara. Good afternoon and welcome. Now over to Sri J. Benner for the session, please.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, everybody. Today, the topic given me is ledger accounts. The other day, we discussed about the journalization, okay, debit and credit rules, various types of accounts. Okay, and today we are going to deal with ledger accounts. Okay. What is ledger accounts? It says a ledger is an accounting book that facilitates the transfer of all the journal entries in a chronological sequence to individual accounts. Okay. Okay, I'll just I'll explain it in a different way. Okay. Say we have purchased different types, colors, balls. Say blue colors, red color, white color, green color. So what we'll do first, we'll enter in the journal. Okay, that means all these colored balls will be placed in one box. Okay, that is recording of transaction in the journal. Then what we'll do, we have to classify it. So what we'll do in the ledger, we'll pick up each color and put it in different boxes, separate boxes. That's what it says. So we have, likewise, we have different transactions. Every day, a business organization will have different transactions. They'll have purchases, they'll have sales, they have to pay the bills, and then they have income, all these things. Cash will flow, cash will come in, cash will go out. So they have to prepare different accounts. So in the journal, what will happen is they'll put everything in the journal, enter everything in the journal in a chronological order. But here in ledger, what we have to do is we have to classify. classification is done. That is, you have to open a separate account, that is purchase account separately, purchase ledger, sales ledger, expenses, everything separately they have, so that at a glance we will know the position of, say, purchases. In a big organization, we'll have huge transactions. So from the journal, it will not be possible to check what are the transactions, how much purchases are made. But if we open the ledger, so we'll be knowing what is the position of purchases, what is the position of sales, etc. So it says a ledger is an accounting book that facilitates the transfer of all journal entries in a chronological sequence to individual accounts. Okay, that means, see, we have different types of transactions entered in journal. From journal, what we have to do, we have to pick up each type of transaction. Say purchase, yes, we have to make a purchase ledger. Sales, we have to make a sales ledger. And then cash, we have to make a cash ledger. Bank, when dealings with the bank, so and so on. Okay. Hope you understood what is ledger, right? But anyway, if any transaction takes place, first what we'll do, we'll enter in the journal, record in the journal, journalization journal, right? From journal, the next step is classification of transactions. That means transferring this entries from journal to ledger. Okay, and it is called as posting. Okay, a ledger is an accounting book that facilitates the transfer of all journal entries in a chronological sequence to individual accounts. The process of recording transaction from journal to ledger is called postings. Okay, we'll have an illustration for better understanding. Okay, before that, format of ledger. It's a account form. Okay, it's a T. We have a T. We have two sides. Left hand side, it is debit side. We have to write TR, which is debit, and then right hand side we'll write CR, it is credit side. Okay, so we have 4 columns each side. Date, the transaction, date of the transaction. The transaction we have to write here, date, and then particulars. The account, type of account will be debited here, will be written here, and then journal folio. This is reference of journal. Okay, the transactions which we entered in the journal, that reference, and that is not significant now. And then debit amount. What is the debit amount to be entered here? Likewise, the other side, right hand side, we have date, particulars, journal folio, and amount. All the credit details will be entered here. So it is in the account form. It's an account. So left hand side is represented as DR, and then right hand side is CR, that is credit, and debit and credit. Okay, this is a format of ledger. We'll have a small illustration here. Okay, so on 1st April 2021, Vijay commenced business with a machinery worth rupees 1 lakh, furniture worth rupees 50,000, and cash rupees 70,000. This means what? Yes, commenced business with machinery, furniture, and cash. That means it's a capital. Yes, commenced business with capital in the form of machinery 1 lakh, furniture 50,000, and cash 70,000. So what would be the journal entry? We take individual one. If he has invested only cash, the entry will be cash account debit to capital account. Here the cash is coming inside to real account, cash is debited. Then capital, okay, giver, who's giver? Vijay is giving capital, it will be credited. And if it is machinery, then machinery account debit to capital. If we take individual, furniture introduced, furniture account debit to capital. So here the entry will be, okay, machinery account debit, machinery account 1 lakh debit, furniture account 50,000 debit, cash account 70,000 debit to capital. Okay, these are all falls under capital. Okay, so the entry will be the machinery account 1 lakh debit, furniture account 50,000 debit, cash account 70,000 debit, and to capital. This is a journal entry. What we have to do now, we have to open a ledger. Ledgers for all these 4 accounts. Okay, that is machinery account, furniture account, cash account, and capital account. Let's see next slide. Okay, this is capital account. We are preparing capital account, right? So we have debit in account form, debit and credit. Okay, capital account. Capital is a credit. Okay, it's a credit item. Okay, it is credited. Okay. See the journal entry. We have debited machinery, furniture, and cash, and credited capital account. It's a credit. So capital account here 1 lakh. Go to the credit side and put 1 lakh rupees. 1 lakh rupees received capital in the form of machinery. Especially, I want those who are not from the commerce background, please be attentive. Ledger, okay, we are preparing capital account, capital ledger, right? So the journal entry for this is machinery account data, furniture account, debit, cash account debit to capital. So capital is a debit credit item. So what we are doing, 1 lakh, we are showing the credit side. Then we have received 1 lakh in the form of 1 lakh capital in the form of machinery. And then next, we have received 50,000 in the form of furniture. 50,000 as capital in the form of furniture. Okay. And then cash 70,000 as capital. So all these things are credited. Okay. Because capital account is a credit item, right? Once again, we are opening, we are preparing capital account. Okay, entry for journal entries, machinery account, debit, furniture account, debit, cash account, debit to capital account. Capital being a credit item, so we are putting the amount in credit side, 1 lakh. 1 lakh, we have received capital in the form of machinery. 50,000 received as capital in the form of furniture, and then 70,000 capital as cash. Okay, the left hand side is total is 2,20,000. Right hand side we don't have anything. We have to balance the account. Right hand side we have put balance carried down 2,20,000, and we have balanced the amount. This is ledger for capital accounts. Hope this is clear to you all. We have to prepare how many? 4 accounts. We have prepared capital. Next, machinery, furniture, and cash. Okay, next, machinery account. It's a debit item. Okay, journal entry, what we have debited machinery account data to capital account. Okay, so go to the debit column. Debit. Okay, so how much machinery costed? 1 lakh. Put in the debit column because machinery is a debit item. Okay, that is in the form of capital. And please don't get confused. Machinery account, debit item, just put the amount in the debit column, and then it's received as capital. Write here capital. Okay, 1 lakh. The debit side it is 1 lakh, and then credit side we don't have anything. We have to balance it. Here also we have to put 1 lakh and balance the account. Once again, machinery is brought into the business as capital. Okay, so we are opening ledger, ledger for machinery account, right? So machinery is a debit item. Go to the debit column of the account and then write 1 lakh here debit 1 lakh. They have received as machinery as capital. Okay, 2 capital rupees 1 lakh. The other side, credit side, we don't have anything. We have to balance the account. So we have to, here also we have to write 1 lakh and then balance the account. This is machinery account. Then we have to prepare furniture account. Furniture account is also debit item. Okay, the journal entry is debit, machinery account debit, furniture account debit, cash account debit to capital. Okay, the furniture account, furniture ledger, it's a debit item. Go to the debit column and put what is the amount. Furniture cost worth 50,000. Put 50,000 here and then received as capital. Okay, to capital 50,000. And then the other side, you have to balance it. Say put the same amount and balance the account. Somebody wrote in the chat box that it's not audible. Am I audible, please? Am I audible now? Okay. You have raised hand. That means I'm audible. Okay, thank you. Okay, furniture account. Okay, furniture account. It's a debit item, right? Furniture ledger. So we have to put the amount in the debit column, debit 50,000, and then as we have received as capital. It's 2 capital 50,000, and the other side don't have anything. Okay, so we have to balance the account. We have this side also we have to put 50,000, balance the account. Next, cash account. Okay, cash account, right? Cash account, cash is also a debit item. So we have to put the amount in the debit column. Received as capital. Okay, it's 2 capital 70,000, and then by balance 70,000. We have to balance the account. The other side also we have to put the same amount and balance the account 70,000, 70,000. Okay, so this is a small illustration. If you have understood, you can speak now. You can unmute and stop. Is it? Am I audible? Is it okay? Did you understand?
Understand.
Anybody can unmute and talk, please.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we'll go further. So this illustration is understood. I hope you have understood it all. Okay, fine. We'll go further.
Yes, sir, we can understand.
Okay. Okay, so once again, I'll just repeat this and then go to a bigger illustration. On the 1st April 2021, Vijay commenced business with machinery worth rupees 1 lakh, furniture worth rupees 50,000, and cash rupees 70,000. Okay, that's a capital. Okay, the journal entry for this is machinery account 1 lakh debit, furniture account 50,000 debit, cash account 70,000 debit to capital 2,20,000. And then we have opened 4 ledgers: capital account, okay, capital machinery account, then furniture account and cash account, right? We'll go to the next, the other illustration. Okay. pass journal entries and post the ledger from the following transactions in the books of Vijay. Okay, so we have to pass journal entries and also post ledger. Okay, post in the ledger, right? So there are many transactions here. So for every transaction, for each type of transactions, we have to open a ledger. Okay, Vijay commences business with cash, right? What is the journal entry for this? Vijay commences business with cash. That is cash account debtor to capital account. Okay, the journal entry for this is cash account debtor to capital account. Okay, then sold goods to Ramesh. Here it says they didn't say anything cash or anything. Okay, when it says sold goods to Ramesh, it is presumed that we have sold goods to Ramesh on credit. Okay, then what is the entry? Debit the receiver, and then sales is an income. We have to credit, right? Ramesh account debtor to sales. Okay, Ramesh account debtor 20,000 to sales account, right? Next, deposited in bank. So what we have deposited? How much? 50,000. So the 50,000 cash deposited in the bank. Here, what is going out? Cash is going out. Okay, the cash is going out. We have to credit, and then banker is the receiver. Banker being the receiver, we have to debit, right? So here, what is the entry here? Bank account debtor to cash account, right? Bank account debtor debit how much? 50,000 to cash account 50,000, right? Then next, withdrew from bank for personal use. Withdrew from bank for personal use. Okay. See, when it says personal use, what is the term word we have used? Drawings. Okay. Personal use of the owner, proprietor. He has withdrawn money from the company from the bank for his personal use. So you have to say it's drawings. Yes, drawings by proprietor. Okay. So what is the entry here? Drawings account debtor to bank account, right? It is received by proprietor. Proprietor is the receiver. You have to debit drawings. Because banker is the giver, you have to debit banker. Okay. So it is drawings account debtor to bank. Drawings account debit 10,000 to bank account 10,000. Okay. Next. Paid for carriage. Carriage is what? Transport charges, right? So it is paid for carriage, paid in cash, right? So what is the account? What is going out? Cash is going out. It's an expense. Payment, we're making payment for transport charges, carriage charges. Okay. So carriage account debtor to cash. Carriage, we are debiting, you have to debit expense as per nominal rule, nominal account. What we have to do is debit all expenses. Carriage being expense, we are debiting carriage. And then we are paying payment is made in cash. Cash is going out. As per the real account, we have to credit cash. So entry is cash, carriage account debtor, carriage account debit to cash account. How much? 1,000 rupees. Okay. Carriage account debit 1,000 to cash account 1,000. Then purchased furniture. Okay. That is purchased furniture for cash 15,000. So what is coming in? Furniture. It's an asset. Okay. And then purchase is an expense. Right. So what is the entry here? So yeah, if you are purchasing furniture with cash, cash is going out. Okay. So what is coming in? Furniture. Furniture is it falls in real account. Something is coming inside, something is going out. So both are assets. Yeah, furniture is also asset and cash is also an asset. So it falls in real account. Furniture is coming in. You have debit furniture account debtor to cash account. Furniture account debtor, debit 15,000 to cash account. Okay. Then purchase computer paid in check. Purchased computer paid through check. Okay. So here asset is coming inside and the payment is made through check. That is okay. Computer account debit to bank because bank is the giver, right? Computer account debtor to bank account. Next, receive cash from Ramesh. This and rupees 18,000. Discount allowed is rupees 2,000. Okay. Receive cash from Ramesh. Received cash from Ramesh 18,000. Discount allowed is 2,000. See, on 2nd July we sold goods to Ramesh for 20,000. Okay, but we have received cash only 18,000. The remaining it is discount allowed. That is 2,000 rupees. What will be the entry? Okay. What we are receiving? Cash. Okay. Who is the giver? Ramesh. Right. So cash account debtor, how much? 18,000. Discount allowed is 2,000. Ramesh account is 20,000. Okay. See here. Cash account debtor debit 18,000. Discount allowed is 2,000. And then Ramesh account credit 20,000. Right? Okay. We have sold goods to Ramesh for 20,000. We allowed discount of 2,000 and the cash received is 18,000. Discount allowed is 2,000 and then the crediting how much? 20,000 to Ramesh account. Okay. Then paid in check. Paid salaries in check. Okay. Paid salaries through check. Salaries is an expense. You have debited and payment is made in check. The bank is the giver, banker, so we have to credit. Salaries account debtor to bank, right? So now what we have to do, we have to make ledgers for all these accounts. How many accounts? Vijay comments business, that is capital account. We have to make a ledger for capital account, then cash account, then sales account, Ramesh account, then bank account, drawings account, carriage account, furniture account, computer account, then discount allowed account, then salaries account. All these things you have to make the ledger. Okay. So first what we'll do? Capital account. Okay. As I said, capital. Okay, it's a debit, it's a credit item. How much? What is this thing? What is the here? The problem. Vijay commence business with cash. How much? 50,000. Okay. The entry in general entry is cash account debtor to capital account. The capital being credit item. Okay. We have to go to the credit side and put 50,000, and then we have received capital in the form of cash. Okay, buy cash 50,000, and then other side, what we have to do? Because we have to balance, we have to write 50,000 other side also and balance the account. Okay, once again, you have to prepare. You're preparing ledger for all the transactions. Capital account. The journal entry is cash account debtor to capital account. Invested cash rupees 50,000 to commence the business. That means capital. Okay, is invested. Vijay has invested capital. Right? Capital B credit item. We have to write 50,000 the credit side and then receive in the form of cash. So it is buy cash 50,000. The other side, because we have to balance the account, you write here also 50,000 and balance the account. Hope you understood this. Then next, Okay, cash account will come later, the last, because there are many transactions of for cash account. Okay. Okay, Ramesh account. Okay, the second entry is sold goods to Ramesh. Okay, sold goods to Ramesh. Sold goods to Ramesh, 20,000, that is on credit, right? So what is the journal entry here? We made Ramesh account debtor to sales, right? So Ramesh account, what we have done, we have debited, okay, 20,000. So go to the debit column and write 20,000 to sales, okay? Ramesh account, as per the journal entry, we have debited Ramesh account debtor debit to sales. So we are preparing ledger for Ramesh account. Go to debit column to 20,000, and then it is sales, okay? Goods sold to Ramesh. How much? 20,000. And the other side, okay, this is one entry. Entry for the second, goods sold for cash. Okay. And then we have one more. Okay, we'll come later. On 2nd July, goods sold to Ramesh. So what we have to do is the ledger, we have opened the Ramesh account. So we went to the in debit, it's a debit item. We have went to the debit column and then you wrote 20,000. Okay, it is sales, goods sold to Ramesh on credit. So we are writing two sales, 20,000. Okay, and this will come later. On 30th, this transaction took place. The cash returned by Ramesh. So this is, so we are writing only the second entry. Okay, then we'll go to next. We finished the sold goods to Ramesh. Sold goods to Ramesh 20,000. The journal is Ramesh account debtor to sales. Then ledger is, we have opened ledger, that is Ramesh account. Okay, it's a debit item. We put 20,000 in the debit column. And then it is, because it is sales, through sales, we wrote two sales 20,000. Okay. Then next, deposited in the bank. Deposit in the bank. So we have to open bank account. Okay. Cash, it is cash is going out. Bank account debtor to cash. Okay. Bank is a debit item here. Bank is a debit item. Deposited cash in the bank. Okay. So we'll go to the debit column, write 50,000. Deposited what? Cash. Okay. To cash 50,000. Right. We have other transactions also through bank. So we'll come later. So this is third entry. Deposited cash into the bank. Okay. So bank is you have debited bank in the general account. Bank is a debit item. So put this 50,000 in the debit column, debit side amount. Then you have received this deposited cash in the bank. Okay. So you have to write cash here, to cash 50,000. Once again, the journal entry for this is bank account debtor to cash account. Bank account is the debit item. The ledger, go to debit item, debit side, then put 50,000. Okay, deposited through as cash. Okay, here to cash, how much? 50,000 debit side, and then we'll go to the, we have other transactions in the bank also. Then through bank, so we'll come to other next transaction. Withdrew from bank for personal use. Withdrew from bank for personal, that is proprietor has withdrew for his personal use. That is the journal entry was drawings account debtor debit to bank. So ledger will be drawings account debtor to bank. Okay, so we have opened drawings account. Okay, it's a debit. Okay, go to the debit. and write 10,000. Then withdrew through bank. So entry will be, it is what we have to write the debit side to bank 10,000. And then because there is only one transaction that is of drawings, so we have to balance. Okay, this side it is nothing. So we have to balance it by putting the amount the other side also and balance the account. Okay, once again, drawings account, it's withdrew for personal use. The proprietor is drawing company's amount through bank. It's called drawings. In the journal entry, what we have done, we have debited drawings account and credited bank. Drawings account, we have ledger we are opening. So here, drawings account is a debit item. Go to the debit column and put the amount 10,000. Okay. Withdrew through bank. Okay. So you have to write the details. To bank, how much? 10,000. The other side is nothing. So we have to balance the account between the same amount. So drawings account, the debit side, to bank 10,000. By balance, credit on 10,000. Balance 10,000 and 10,000. Okay. Then paid for carriage. The entry for this is carriage account data to cash. We are paid in the form of cash. So what is the ledger here? You have to open the ledger for carriage also. You have to open the ledger for carriage. Carriage. Okay, carriage account data to cash account. Carriage being a debit item. Go to the debit side of the account and write 10,000. Paid carriage charges through cash. Okay, so to cash, how much? 10,000, and balance, you have to balance it by putting the same amount the other side. Okay, so it is balanced. Cash account, carriage account, it's a debit item. Journal paid carriage through paid carriage, how much? 1,000 rupees. Journal entries, carriage account, debit to cash. So we have opened carriage, ledger for carriage account. Carriage being debit item, we have to put the debit side 1,000 rupees. We have to pay carriage through cash. So to cash, how much? 1,000 rupees, and balance the account. Next. Purchased furniture. This is also through cash. We purchase furniture through cash. And the entry here is furniture account debit to cash. For furniture account debit to cash. Purchase furniture. Okay, we should write furniture. Okay, furniture is coming inside furniture account. Furniture account debit. Okay. Furniture account, right? So purchased furniture through cash. And the journal entries, furniture account data debit to cash, right? So furniture is a debit item. So the debit side of the amount, the debit side, put 15,000. Paid furniture purchased through cash. Okay, right? To cash 15,000. The other side nothing. We have to balance it. Okay. Furniture account. We purchased furniture for rupees 15,000. We have opened furniture ledger for furniture account, and then furniture being a debit side, because furniture we have in the journal entry, it is the furniture account debit to cash. So furniture account, the debit column, write the amount 50,000, and then we purchase furniture to cash. You have to write cash here. So to cash, how much? 15,000, and balance the account. Okay. Purchased computer and paid through check. purchased computer, how much? 40,000 and paid through check. So here what we have to do, we have to open computer account. Okay. So in the previous transaction, we paid through cash. Now it is paid through check. The journal entry for this is computer account debit to bank account. Okay. So computer being debit, put the amount in the debit side, debit amount, debit column. Okay. And then we have, because we have paid through check, we have to write bank. So to bank, how much? 40,000. And then this side, we have to balance the amount, put both the sides same amount. Okay. So balance the account. Right? Computer account, we have purchased computer through check. The journal entry for this is computer account debit to bank. Okay, computer being debit item. So in the ledger, what we have to do, we have to put the amount 40,000 debit side, and then because it is paid through check, we have to write bank to bank 40,000 and balance the account. Then received cash from Ramesh, rupees 80,000. Okay, and then discount allowed. Okay, separate. Received cash from Ramesh. So Ramesh account, it will be reflected in cash account, Ramesh account. Okay, received cash from Ramesh. The entry is what is coming in, cash is coming in, cash account debit to Ramesh account. Okay. Okay. Sorry. Receipt from cash account debit to Ramesh account. So Ramesh account being credit item, so we have to put what of the amount 18,000 the credit side, and because you receipt to cash, you have to write by cash. Whatever the account, the Ramesh account, cash account debit to Ramesh account. Ramesh account being a credit item, put the amount in the credit side 18,000, and then we have received to cash, you have to write cash. Okay. So earlier we have made an entry. Sold goods Ramesh 20,000. Okay. So here the journal entry was Ramesh account debit to sales. Okay, 20,000. Right. So Ramesh account is a debit item, debit there. So we have put 20,000 here and then put sales. Here we have received cash. The entry was cash account debit to Ramesh account. Here the Ramesh account is credit. So we are putting the amount credit side. Balance is what? 2,000. 2,000 we know we have to allow discount. This will be shown separately in the discount allowed column. Okay. The balance is 2,000 rupees. Here Ramesh account debit side 20,000, credit side 18,000. The balance carried down is 2,000 rupees. Then last item, last entry, paid salaries in through check. Okay. Paid salaries to check. The journal entry for this is salaries account debit to bank. Okay, salaries falls in a nominal account, it's an expense, and we are paid through check. So bank will come into account. Okay, the entry is salary account debit 30,000 to bank account. So we have to open salary account also here. Salaries account being an expense, salary account debit to bank. Salary account, it is a debit item. We have to put the amount on the debit side 30,000 because we have paid to check the right bank to bank. How much? 30,000, and then we have balance the account. Okay. So we have made. I think hope you understood this. We have prepared from this illustration. We have prepared journal entries, and then we open ledger for each of the account. We'll see cash account here because there are so many entries. Cash ledger. Okay, what are the transactions dealt with cash. First is capital, okay. If Vijay invested capital rupees 50,000, okay. So their cash entry is cash account data to capital. Cash is a debit item. We have put 50,000 debit side because it is received as capital. We are showing it as capital. Then on 3rd July, what happened? Deposited cash in the bank. Okay, the entry there was cash is going out, the bank account debit. Okay, bank account data to cash account. Bank account data to cash account. The cash is a credit item here. We are putting the amount to the credit side, 50,000. And then because we are deposited in the bank, so we are showing the right bank here, by bank 50,000. Now, on 10th July, what happened? We have paid carriage charges through cash. There, the entry, journal entry was carriage account debit to cash account. Here, the cash account is a credit item. So, what we have done, we have to put the amount to the credit side, 10,000 rupees. Okay, paid for carriage. You have to write by carriage, 10,000. Then, last, what happened? We purchased furniture for cash. Okay, the journal entry for this is furniture account debit to cash account. Okay, here the cash account again is a credit item. So what we are doing, we are putting in the credit side 30,000 by furniture. Okay, paid. We bought furniture through cash. Cash 30,000 for purchase of furniture. So we are balancing here. Okay. Here it is 90,000, here it is 50,000, the balance is 40,000. Okay, we have balanced the account, cash account. You'll also see the bank account. There are also many transactions. First is on 3rd, what happened? Company is deposited cash into the bank. Okay, the entry, journal entry was bank account debit to cash. Being the bank account debited, so we have to put the amount in the debit side 50,000. What we are depositing cash, we are writing to cash 50,000. Then we purchased computer. Okay. Okay, purchased computer and paid through check, right? And the journal entry here is purchased computer. Computer is coming in. Computer account debit to bank account. Okay, here the bank account is a credit item. So we're putting the amount at the credit side 40,000. What we have purchased to check computer. So by computer 40,000. Then we paid salaries through check. The journal entry is salaries account debit to bank account. Again here. Bank account is a credit item. We are putting the amount at the credit side. Paid checks through, paid salaries through check. Okay, so by salaries 30,000, and we are balancing the account. Okay, right? So this illustration also, hope you all understood it, because if you have a board, it will be very. I think it will be easy to understand. We will be giving you the PPT. Okay, if you have any doubts also you can ask. So this is basics, journals, and then ledger. Okay, and then next we have trial balance, and then go to the final accounts. So these are the basics. Once you are thorough with the basics, so it will be easy for you in future to do trial balance and also final accounts. That's the reason why we have dealing with journals and also lectures. Okay. So any doubts you can just, I'm unmuting you, can ask, and then we have some MCQs. Further we'll go. We'll see the MCQs. If you have any doubts, you can ask. I'm unmuting you all. One by one, you can ask. Yes, please. If you have any doubts, you can raise your hand and ask, or you can write in the chat box also. And lastly, we have some MCQs. We'll see that MCQs and then we'll close. So if you have any doubts here, this journal and ledger, you can please ask your query, or you can write in the chat box also. Any doubts, please? Or shall we go further? Go forward. Okay. Can unmute now. Okay, we'll see the MCQs. Okay, when the total of debit side of the account is more than the total of credit side, the account is said to have what balance it is?
Debit balance.
It is because whichever side is higher, we'll take that as balance. Now, for example, I'll show you. Debit balance is to you.
Debit balance.
Okay, here. Please see this furniture account. Okay, we have 15,000 debit side and credit side. We don't have anything. We have balanced it, but it is because it is more here. We will take it as debit balance. Okay, so whichever is side more. So if debit side is heavier, we take it as debit balance. Credit side is heavier, we take it as credit balance. So here, what is it?
चेतन का चेतन नहीं है ना खाना खाने के इसका पहले का ये पॉलिसी के
the totals of debit side of the account is more than the totals of credit side. The account is said to be debit balance. Okay. Which of the following is not a revenue? Okay. Which of the following is not a revenue expense? Right? What is revenue expense? What is capital expense here? Okay. Salary. Okay, it's a recurring expense. Every month we have to pay salaries. Electricity bill, it's a recurring. Okay, water bill also, every month we have to pay. Okay, repair to second-hand machinery. Machinery, right? Purchase of machinery, it falls in the capital. Capital is also a capital account. Okay, so this capital expense. So which of the following is not revenue expense? That is, repair to second-hand machinery is not revenue expense, right? How many accounts are affected in an account? Okay. What is the double entry rule? Okay. Every debit should have credit. Every debit, there must be equal credit. Okay. There should be a receiver and the debit giver. Okay. So as per this, only one is not correct. Only two is also not correct. At least two. At least two is correct. Okay. At least two is correct. Right? How many accounts are affected? At least two accounts are affected. Okay. Then what type of ledger accounts are not carried forward to the next year? Anybody? Okay. Personal accounts, we have to carry it. Real accounts also we have to carry. Public accounts in expense. Okay. Should not be carried forward to the next year. It will be shown in the trading account or P&L account as the case may be. Right? This is very simple. Ledger is also called a book of what? Not a primary entry, not a book of primary entry, it is a book of secondary or
Final entry.
okay. And the ledger is prepared from where? It is prepared from
Journal.
journal. Yes, you're right. And nominal account having debit balance represents. Okay. Nominal account. What is the rule for nominal account? Debit or
Income and gains.
losses.
Income and gains.
Yeah. The rule for nominal account is debit all expenses and losses, rate all incomes and gains. So here what it says, what is asking, nominal account having debit balance represents what? Expense and losses. You're right. Then real account always shows. What is this real account always shows? Anybody?
Debit balance.
Debit balance. Okay. Whatever comes inside a real account, whatever an asset coming inside is debited as per the traditional approach. And also modern approach, whenever there is increase in asset, it is debited. Okay. So real account always shows what? Debit balance. Totals of credit and debit balance are equal. It represents what? The totals of credit and debit balances are equal. Anybody? It represents what? You have credit balance, debit balance, nil balance, none of the above. Anybody? See, the debit side is say 10,000, credit side is 10,000. You have any balance?
Nil balance.
Nil balance, sir. Nil balance. Yes, you're right. So it is nil balance.
Nil balance.
Credit and debit balance are equal. It represents nil balance. Okay, last one. Revenue or expense account represents what? What is the rule of
Nominal account.
Nominal account.
Nominal account it is
Nominal.
total expenses and losses, total incomes and gains. Okay.
Nominal.
Here ends my presentation. If you have any doubts, you can please ask.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Especially for the non-commerce students, very important. Fundamentals are very important. If a commerce students find not a problem, but students, fundamentals, journal entries, very important.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Madam.
Thank you, sir.
You're thorough with the journal entries and then ledger, it will become easy for you for preparing final accounts. That's the reason why we are stressing more on journal and ledger. So, especially for the non-commerce students, please try to do solve as many problems as possible.
आप दादा ग्रेजुएशन किया है ना? क्या सब्जेक्ट था?
Ajay?
जो बीकॉम था, वाह क्या बात है।
हेलो
सब कुछ याद है कि भूल गए सर?
हेलो
याद है?
सर
वाह हम ना थोड़ा सा रिवाइजिंग हो जाएगा तो।
Please mute the mic, sir.
सर नमस्ते
हेलो या प्लीज टेल बोलिए
सर सस्पेंस अकाउंट के बारे में बताएं सर सस्पेंस अकाउंट यस
ledger देख रहे ओके when this comes, when this topic, okay. When this topic comes, we'll tell, okay?
ठीक सर, ठीक सर. Okay सर.
ऑनर्स क्या
हेलो सर.
में गए थे डिफेंस में?
हेलो सर.
मेरे 2 साल के रहे थे. हाँ अभी तो
हेलो. हेलो सर.
हाँ बोलिए बोलिए.
Why we have to balance the ledger every time?
Yeah, we need to balance. Okay, debit side must be equal to side, right? We have learned this fundamentally. Okay? Every debit should be equal to credit.
तो गोली नहीं चलाते थे, डिफेंस में थे.
Huh?
तो अब
Yes sir.
It should be equal to credit. We
यही
have to
सब
balance and show the credit not the balance amount.
ये सब तो गया था वहाँ कारगिल युद्ध में. कारगिल युद्ध में.
Okay sir.
Okay, thank you. I think there are no more queries. If there are any queries, we can leave it in the chat box.
कुनलून की पहाड़ी अगर देखे होंगे तो
So on behalf of the academy, I thank all the participants. I also thank the
द्रास बटाली क्या है?
section on and about the ledger aspect. To remind again, we will be meeting again on this webinar at on Monday. Login timing will be at 14:45 hours and session will start at 15 hours.
हम जानते हैं, हम पिक्चर देखते हैं.
Estimate and verification. Thank you one and all.
Thank you sir. Thank you.
Thank you sir.
Thank you sir.
ये पूरा पाकिस्तान है. ये तो चाइना हो गया. अच्छा द्रास जैसे भारत का नक्शा होगा ऐसे ना भारत का नक्शा.